everybody, Jeri Bellini here for My Arts and Parts. Really excited about this. This is our first journaling prompt for our new project, our year-long journaling project. And the first prompt is a new step forward. And what do I have on my desk? Well, I cut out a page that would fit in my sewing journal that I have shown you, and I will show you again. So it fits in there real nice, and I'm going to put this right in the front of my book. And what it is you see that? That's a girl with cute jeans. I love those jeans, and she's stepping forward. And what I think of when I heard the prompt, a new step forward, is I'm thinking of the upcoming year. What is going to transpire this year? What am I going to do? What are we going to do this year? And I have mentioned to you in some of my other videos, you know, I'm a goal setter, and I don't make resolutions per se, but I do set goals, and I set them often. And what I mean by that is, you know, you have to constantly check in with your goals and see if they are still going to be useful for you in your life, because things change constantly. So I decided that I think the first thing we should do in our journaling adventure is do a little mind mapping. And if you've never heard of mind mapping, it's really pretty simple. You put your yourself, you're in the center, and that's me stepping forward with those cool jeans. And then you put the things that you are hoping to achieve, okay? Now, we're doing ours for the year. So these are my goals for the year. And I broke them down into 4 groups. My home goals, my personal goals, my family goals, and my business goals. And I would love for you to get a piece of paper or whatever, depends on what kind of journal you're using. If you're using something like my sewing journal where it has the binder in there and it pops out, then you can just cut out a piece of paper that's the right size and put it in. If not, maybe you'll take a page in your journal. It doesn't have to be in the front. I'm going to put mine in the front of my journal so that I can keep referring to it easily to see if I'm on target with my goals. So this is what I want you to do. And I don't, you know, you can be artsy about it. You don't have to be. You can just take a simple piece of paper also and just scribble down your goals. This is what I originally did, and it's just a piece of white paper in the middle. And, you know, I did this a while ago. And I thought, you know, it's too big to put in my journal, so that's what gave me this idea. I thought, let me cut a small piece of paper that's going to fit in my journal. And yeah, so I would love to see you guys do this. This is just the beginning. I am going to work on it. I don't want to bore you and have you see me, you know, drawing things in this video. But I would love for you to pretend you're in the middle. Think of a few things, areas. Think of a few areas in your life. And these are pretty basic: family, business, personal, and home. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start scribbling. I'm just going to start writing things that come to mind about how I want a better life regarding my family, how I want a better life regarding my business. I don't work outside the home, and I'm using the word business loosely. I have an Etsy shop, and I consider, you know, doing my YouTube videos for you guys in this project, you know, part of my business adventure. You know, in my home. So I'm just going to scribble some stuff out, and then I'm going to come back and share it with you. And I hope that you're going to do the same thing. This. I'll be back in a little bit. Hi everybody, I'm back. And here is my map, my mind. I selected 4 categories, and I'm going to take a still of this and post it at the end of the video. So I chose 4 categories: home, personal, business, and family. And you want to use different color markers or pens to do this. And the reason for that is so that when you look at this really quickly and not so quickly, you can see, the pink is my personal. This is like a reddish mauve color. It's my family. Orange is my business. And this teal color is my home. So use different colors. It'll just make it easier. And I wrote myself a couple of notes down here in the black pen. And I just put a little black lines around the outside edge just to make it look cuter. But down here I wrote schedule time for each goal. So that's like a note to myself. And identify the time suckers. And also think about trackers. And I'll talk about that in another video, a tracker, what a tracker is. But it's something to see your progress, obviously. But we can put it in as like a chart in our journal. Now remember, my journal, my yearly journal, is fashioned after the bullet journal concept. And so that's what they do in bullet journaling. It's about organization and goal setting and keeping track of your appointments in a logical way. You certainly can do art in here, and if you're using a book like this, it's going to really be inspiring you to do some fun art. So anyway, so that's what I did, and I'm going to show you at the end of the video. As I said, I'm going to take a still of this, but I'll just tell you briefly what I did. I just wrote down my random thoughts. Okay, so let's do home, for example. I want to eventually move out of this really big house. So what do I need to do? I need to declutter it. I need to downsize so that I can move. And then what does that mean? So just real quick, I did this. It means I need to clean out my closets. I need to get to the attic. Maybe I need a cleaning schedule and, that kind of thing. I put meal plans here because that's my home, and I want to kind of, that's another thing on my mind, that I want to try to be a little more aware of what I'm eating, eat a little healthy, so maybe meal plans would help, and I put it under there. Set up a thing for finances. I have that in my old bullet journal. Puppy maintenance. We have 2 dogs. They need haircuts. They need toenails clipped. I want a new kitchen. That's no small thing. And there's places in the house that I think need some painting. So that's just kind of what I did for the home. So it's a brainstorming. It's a spot to just kind of brainstorm. And I'm going to keep it in the front of my journal. And since it's going to be face down, now I could have done it with the holes up here so that it would be face up when I open the journal. I didn't think about that, but now that I'm mentioning it, you might want to think about it. So what I decided to do on the back was just write a few things that would remind me that I have goals, I have dreams, I want to accomplish more things this year than I did last year. So here I just wrote, have purpose, be productive, not busy. Time is a limited resource. Do things that matter. Get organized, clarify, and ask yourself questions. Now, that ask yourself questions is going to be something we're going to do in our Facebook group. I have a list of questions that I'm going to ask you guys that I want you to ask yourselves, and that will also help you clarify what it is you want out of your life. So if you're thinking, if your life is perfect in every single way, well, I want to know your secret. But beside that, then you wouldn't need to do all this, so I doubt anybody's is that perfect. But, if you want to grow as an individual, then you're probably going to have some goals. So that's what I want you to do. That's my first prompt for you, a new step forward. I want you to do a little mind map. I would love for you to share your maps on my Facebook page, My Arts and Parts. This lesson is only for people that belong to my Facebook page, My Arts and Parts. If you belong to the sister groups, that's awesome, and I hope you do join their groups. I will have the information for their groups in the description box below this video. But each of us is doing our own version, our own take on the prompts. You will not see my video links in anybody else's group. They're only going to be in this group. And that's just the way we decided to handle it. So I hope you join me. I hope you do a little mind map.